A couple clearly owned millions in assets, but chose to disguise themselves as sanitation workers, because not long ago, they had just reunited with their long-lost biological son, to test his character. The father claimed he worked at a construction site, while the mother posed as a street cleaner. They thought their son, who was also a laborer, would look down on them for being poor, but the son had matured through tough life experiences. Not only did he not mind their humble jobs, he even said being reunited as a family was all that mattered. The father was moved by his son's kindness, and decided to pass down his fortune to him, but before they could say anything, the son shared that he was getting engaged next month, and wanted to introduce them to his fiancée, so the father decided to keep hiding his identity. To their surprise, as soon as the man brought them to the hotel, his fiancée suddenly stopped them. She looked at them with disgust and asked who they were. Upon learning they were the man's parents, she immediately blocked the entrance. The man tried to explain, but the girl mocked him in public, saying he was just a lowly mover, and that her parents had always disapproved of the relationship. Now seeing such poor future in-laws, there was no hope for the marriage. The man's face fell, but the girl went further, declaring if they were allowed in, the wedding would be off. The parents, heartbroken, said they didn't mind staying out, but the man insisted on taking them inside. The moment they entered, the future mother-in-law bombarded them with insults, blaming him for being 5 minutes late. Luckily the fiancé's best friend stepped in and eased the tension, but just as things started to calm down, everyone noticed the father dressed as a construction worker, and the mother in sanitation clothes. The fiancé's father immediately ordered them out. The man quickly stopped them, and revealed they were his real parents. The mother-in-law, upon hearing the mother was a street cleaner, covered her nose in disgust. Despite all the humiliation, the couple still smiled for their son's sake. They even told him to give a gift to the future in-laws, but the ignorant future father-in-law took the $1 million wine and smashed it on the floor. The man demanded to know why. The mother-in-law replied coldly, if he wanted to marry their daughter, he had to provide a house. The man was stunned, but his father calmly said he and his wife had saved up enough over the years, and told him not to worry. The in-laws reluctantly let them stay. After the meal, the man still worried about the pressure of dowry on his parents, but the father smiled and reassured him, then pretended to have business, and urged him to leave quickly. As soon as he left, the assistant arrived with bodyguards. The couple, afraid of revealing their identity, instructed the assistant to buy a modest home worth a few $100,000 and send the location to their son, but the assistant made a mistake and sent the address of their luxury mansion instead. The father panicked and rushed home with his wife. Meanwhile, the man had already arrived at the mansion with his fiancé's family. They were shocked by the lavish interior, but the younger brother mocked him, saying a laborer's family could never afford such a place. The fiancé arrogantly demanded that he call his parents over and pay in full for the house. At that moment, the man finally saw their true colors and broke up with her on the spot, but the fiancé said if he wanted to break up, he had to pay her $200,000. Then the mother-in-law shoved the man, accidentally breaking an invaluable vase. The loud crash brought the property manager running. He saw the scene and furiously demanded to know who did it. The mother-in-law lied, saying the man broke the vase. The manager walked up to him with a stern face and demanded compensation on the spot. The man tried to explain it wasn't him, but the manager didn't